Finally, a movie brave enough to say what needs to be said. That only extreme sports can save the Earth. This is Point Break 2015 on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. As always, I have Sam and Jackie with me.
Star child, oh fly away little bird, into the wind
What?
of humanity. That's about how much fucking sense this movie made, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where are you
gotcha.
pulling Star Child?
Star Child.
Are you just making that shit up as you go?
Are these neo-hippies? Is that what these fucking
You
assholes
could have
are?
been a hippie. I'll be goddamned.
Those buttholes were straight out of like a North End catalog. Like, there's a clothing line that I'm pretty sure sponsored this movie.
Yeah. These people are the type of people that I do not like.
No.
I don't like fucking idiots. And it's not because that they're trying to save the earth and that they have their own custom lifestyle and stuff. It's that they're morons.
Yeah, they're dumb.
They're just stupid.
Yeah.
I wanted to applaud every time one of them ate the dust.
Yeah, no, they're idiots. Don't like them. I'm glad that I don't live in this world. I have zero interest in joining it. I would rather sit in a basement and talk about movies.
What was the term that he used? Poly-extreme or something?
Polyathletes.
Polyathletes.
Which I believe means that they're more than just one athlete.
Yeah.
I mean that they do different things.
But they're not as good as the guys that run the decathlon.
Yeah, no.
Those guys are serious business.
Yeah, they're also not as good as anybody that has anything to do with Nitro Circus. Because those guys, I guess, I've never heard this term before this movie.
That's what those guys are then.
Yeah, that's what they are. But I think that they just are like, oh, we just do cool shit.
Yeah.
We don't really have a name for the stuff we do
They
other than cool shit.
also get pretty picky and choosy between them on who does what. Like, certain people won't touch certain activities and vice versa.
Sure, but some of the skateboard guys will also do bicycles, and
Yeah.
the motorcycle guys will do BMX shit and flips, and they'll all skydive. But these idiots are
Apparently.
just purely dumbasses.
But they can do it all. Squirrel diving,
Which
rock climbing, surfing, moto, dirt biking. What else did they do? Parachuting.
lots of
using
different
knives
things
in the air.
However, my problem with this film, right out of the gate, is that these guys do all this shit, and it's really not very exciting on screen.
No.
Like,
And it should be. That's what really got me about this movie, is that there were so many like death-defying stunts and stuff that were done in this movie, and you would just think, this is going to be fucking exciting. It's going to be fucking exciting, and you don't really care what the acting's like. You're just going to be fucking excited the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they pop out their flying squirrel outfits, and you're like, oh, that is not
Not exciting.
have you guys ever seen like a Warren Miller snowboarding DVD?
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Like, this is Trans World or the Krusty's videos or stuff like
Krusty's,
that.
that was the other one. That's Reckless and Wild, right?
Yeah.
From back in the day. Yeah, it's shit that we saw. We have been seeing this, these stunts.
I'm bored with it.
For a long ass time.
Yeah.
You gotta go over the top on this shit. Like, you gotta do fucking space jumps and stuff. Like, while being on fire and, fucking missiles are shooting at you. This is not exciting.
No, it's not. And I think beyond just the extreme sports part of it is a little, like, we're sort of desensitized to any of that, especially because of Nitro Circus, but also this film was obviously meant to be a 3D experience.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the set, you're like, it can't even get on a 3D screen because every movie has a post-production 3D
Correct.
contingent that's already taking up the damn 3D
Uh-huh.
that no one cares about.
Correct.
Like, the oversaturation in the 3D market killed this thing as much as anything.
Yeah, you bring up a good point because the stunt sequences are long and really nothing is really transpiring during them. Like, hey, there's a guy going down a hill on a snowboard. There's flying squirrel guys. They're coming at you.
Yeah.
Whoa. And it does look like one of those IMAX experiences, like go to Everest and then see Johnny Utah punch a guy.
Why did they have to be color-coded?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else pick up on that?
No, I did. I totally did.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Utah was always in blue.
Bodhi's always in black.
Yep, black and white.
The other guys who I have
Were
their names written down because I looked it up on IMDb, but could you tell any of those guys from any of the other guys?
What was the chick's name?
Sam Sarah. All one word. Sam Sarah.
Oh, because I was going to say, it was like, because she says it a couple times, and you're like, wow, I don't know what you're fucking saying right now.
I'm
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
It might as well have
distracting enough that I'm not going to pay attention.
It might as well have. Her name might as well have been Ka.
What's in a name?
Yeah, what's in a name?
Uh,
Yeah.
but you know, if it was not Point Break, obviously, and it was the sort of real extreme sports, like the stuntmen that did some of these sequences doing their shit that they do in front of cameras
just all the time.
It would be a good IMAX movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go to that.
Yeah, if there wasn't the insanely stupid plot behind it. Like if these shots were just like,
What, Point Break? They didn't even really
They talked about what Point Break is. That's the point where you
break.
and the fear takes over,
the breaking
and then
point.
you're at the breaking point, and they didn't. That's about how they explained it too.
Yeah.
The melting point of plastic is 180 degrees Celsius.
So I'm going to
Centigrade.
I'm going to throw out a disclaimer on this episode. We are only going to reference the 25th. Are you going to say every word that I say?
No.
Thanks for holding my vocal hand there, buddy. We're only going to reference 2015's Point Break. There will be zero mention or zero comparison to 1991's Point Break. But oh wait, I will mention one thing. Just stick around for when we do 1991's Point Break.
Yeah.
So
This film bears very little resemblance to that.
hey, that's a mention. You have to sit in
I
timeout
am
for
only because you've opened
put your
the
fucking
door.
nose in the corner. I'm going to get you a dunce hat. But while you're in the corner doing dunce hat stuff and staring at it,
No touching yourself.
I want you to hot dog it. I want you to stare
There
in the
has to be
corner,
one
but
more
then
mention.
doing hot dogging, like jump up and do kicks and like maybe like a heel clicker here and
Yeah, I
there.
think you
What's
do
that thing when you reach behind and grab your feet while you're in midair? That's like
Like rip out a toot. Extreme farting.
extreme farting.
That's what I've got left in my extreme sports repertoire.
This is old man. Whoa! I didn't know that one was
Yeah.
even coming.
It's really extreme when it makes a stripe.
Or
Extremely
the-
bad.
And then
It's like
you
shit
pull
my
your
pants.
and then you pull your underwear off and then look at it and try to make sense of it like a Rorschach test. Like
Or,
that's
like-
extreme.
The Marx Brothers, where you can pull your underwear out of the front of your pants. Like, how does that even work? There has to be one other mention of that, because there's one person that makes a cameo that was in the original.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, you didn't see James?
James
LaGrosse?
LaGrosse from such films as
Point Break and Solar Babies?
Solar Babies.
Oh my god!
Hey, let's talk about Solar Babies. You know, every time I hear the name Bodhi,
Bodhi.
I'm thinking of Bodhi.
I actually had to
They're
look
spelled
up.
the same.
They're not spelled the same.
Ah.
There's an A in Bodhi.
Well, if you phonetically pronounce how this character's name is spelled,
It's Bodhi.
it would be Bodhi.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like a risky Thai food.
I'll have the
Solar
Bodhi, and then I will extreme fart the whole night.
Is Solar Babies Point Break Part 6
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
in the future?
Let's get into this piece of shit.
Hey, you just spoiler alerted it.
Oh, fuck. It's
How
a
did-
piece of shit.
Oh my god! How did that
Spoiler
ever get
alert.
on this podcast?
There's no point in talking about it ever again. Everybody knows now that it's a piece of shit. We should disclaim that this is a SMABFA contender.
Where's its Rotten Tomatoes?
I think it was at a 9.
Whoa,
which
that's
is
real bad.
Really,
And I'm not going to argue that it should be any higher.
it is really, really low for a movie that has as many stunts as this one does. Because, I mean, again, speaking to, it's chock filled with stunts that no one cares about.
No.
And which is sad because a lot of the stunts that are in this movie are pretty radically awesome.
Are they? That's what I just got. We
Like-
just talked about how not awesome they
How
were
not
for
awesome
15
they
minutes.
were.
And
Well-
now you're saying that they're awesome?
Like, no, I'm just saying from a technical standpoint, like you have to have some major skills to do those things.
The photography was very good.
The
Is,
photography
is that
was
what made it look
quite
so
good.
like, wow, that's
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's got a 7. I'm sorry. A 7%
That's not very high.
on Rotten Tomatoes,
That's-
a 34 Metacritic score,
Ooh.
and a 5 user rating on IMDb.
5.
Yeah.
Five's
I gave it a
high.
5. I gave it a 5.
That's an outlier.
I'm not going to lie. I gave it a 5.
you're the
Give
only
it a
person that
5?
saw it.
Yeah.
I think it's a 4.
It's shot really well, Sam.
It is shot brilliantly. It is, but from a visual aspect, when they start doing the fake bullshit, when they get the visual effects involved,
There is some CGI.
looks horrible.
Some green screening. Yep.
Looks really, really bad.
Yep. I didn't think the acting was awful. I just, I mean, if we're
I
gonna
didn't
go
buy
right
the
into
guy
that-
with the blonde
I
hair.
didn't, but it's not awful.
That's
It's
Johnny Utah.
just about as blah of a movie as exists.
Yeah, I think that Johnny, and speaking of crossing over into other film worlds, do you think that Johnny Utah uses the same conditioner as Kylo Ren?
Oh, I bet so.
Yeah, he takes the like little head protector thing off all the time, and he's got just impeccable
He's got
hair.
brilliant body.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got great hair.
he's using that VO5
Little fucker.
Vidal Sassoon.
Has better hair than I do.
It's Paul Mitchell,
Yeah,
probably.
it could be just Swave. Everybody underrates Swave, man.
It's
You're talking about
semen
suave?
from those gentlemen friend of his.
It's phonetically pronounced Swave.
Okay. Way to fancy up 99
Hey,
cent
if his
shampoo.
name is Bodhi, and not Bodhi, I can say it's called
I
Swave.
thought it was Suave.
Suave. It's French. So,
Speaking of. I have to. I gotta burn it now.
okay.
So these guys aren't friends? Because I was like, okay, the French guys. And then they're like, oh, he's... Wait a second. They're speaking Spanish. What the... Oh,
He's-
shit.
What? Venezuelan? What?
Yeah, well, they say
Really?
that Bodhi was born in Venezuela.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Are the other guys also from there?
I don't
Or
know.
they
Johnny
just-
English was supposed to be part Indian.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny English.
Johnny English.
Johnny
is
English, no.
Also another bad movie.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be an Indian, but he had blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, he says he's part Indian.
I'm going to say a micro squirt of a part of an Indian.
Which part? The penis?
I don't know.
Or-
We didn't see that part. It could have been a little more brown.
Or other racist jokes that I could put in here, such as his love for casinos.
His
Casino
drinking
ownership,
habits.
thank you very much.
or his hangovers that can kill a donkey.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he said his mom was part Ute, whatever that means. And then, was that the Wasatch Mountain? I didn't even have this written down here. I forgot about the butt tattoos.
Oh, the butt tattoos.
The butt tattoos.
Oh
Was,
my
was that
God,
the
they look
Wasatch
so
Mountain
fake.
range on his chest?
I
Because that
guess.
was a bad decision.
Or is it the label to a Coors Light? Because it looked like the taste of the Rockies
Yeah,
on his chest.
on his chest.
I couldn't tell what that was. I just thought he had like a heartbeat drawn on him.
No, it was a mountain range.
Oh,
Yeah.
It
Shit.
was
Really
bad.
stupid. And then Sam Sarah's bird tattoos that just
Everywhere.
look like somebody sneezed black all over her arm.
that one looked like a little skier up by her, on her neck. There was one bird that kind of looked like it was a ski jumper. And I was like, is that a ski jumper? And then I was distracted. I kept looking at it. I'm like, no, I think it's just supposed to be another bird.
You know, I spent some time looking at her tattoos, but really I mostly spent time looking at her giant fake tits.
Yeah.
My first question, since we're talking about Sam Sarah, is when did she have time to get fake tits? Between being a hippie, did Osaka buy those fake boobs for her while he's out saving the earth and whales and shit? Because
They
she
seem to...
instantly... have you ever seen a hippie with
No.
fake tits?
I've seen hippies with huge boobs, and I think they were going for that, but it was like, you could tell that they kept them away from the camera as much as they could because you were going to go,
But they wanted you to also be like, whoa, babe.
yeah, exactly, but they couldn't give you a really good look at them because you'd be like, those aren't real.
Those are real big bolt-ons. And I have enough experience with looking at fake boobs in film to know that those were fake knuckers. Not something that hippies do. Especially
No.
earth-saving hippies. Like, we're one with nature and shit. Oh, and also I did get these done because, I mean, look at them. Wow. How could I not?
Yeah.
All right. So Johnny Utah starts out the film as a extreme
Douche.
sport dude. He's got a YouTube channel, I'm led to believe, and that's how he's getting all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Like Red Bull is paying him
Monster.
type dude.
Monster.
Monster. Any assorted, whoa, we're hardcore
Yeah.
brands are paying him to have his own YouTube channel and be an idiot, essentially.
On
And
a
he's got a
motorcycle.
bro named Jeff. Is Jeff just his bro, or is he his bro? Like, are they related?
No, he said he loved him like a brother
Yeah, they're just
later on.
bros.
Yeah, so they were like best friends. that he was like, look, if you want me to sell your crappy soft drinks that give everybody diarrhea, fine. But you're going to have to buy a motorbike and a sweet jacket for my friend here so he can go hot dogging around with me.
He's definitely not as good as I am and doesn't have the same hairdo by any means, but he's my bro.
Yeah, and I need a bro to do my stunts with.
I need somebody to die.
Actually, what he really needs is somebody that's behind him with a camera so that he can get shots of himself. That's what Jeff's function is.
I was led to believe that this particular sequence at the beginning was being shot from the helicopter for YouTube. Because there was a helicopter around there.
Yeah, it was a monster helicopter.
Barely.
Like they tried to make it seem that way.
But they also have GoPros on their bikes.
I guess.
Attached to their bikes.
Yes, they do.
Something.
No, not something. They do.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're hot dogging it. Oh, and they're also the first to ever attempt this thing that they're doing, which just seems to be riding motorcycles along some sand
ridge of
dunes.
some mountains.
Is that really like? Well, sure, maybe he's never done it there because nobody fucking cares. It doesn't look like anything amazing. Like, whoa, these guys are hardcore. It just seems like they're doing every other dirt biking thing that every other fucking 12-year-old kid now does.
Yeah, I think I've
right out
watched
the gate.
too many dirt bike videos.
What I kind of got from it is that it was a very narrow top. And so if they would have went an inch one way or the other in the wrong direction.
Which they come off the ridge all the goddamn time.
Right, they would have died. This is what you're kind of led to believe.
That's the problem, though, is I've seen Carmichael do that shit like 20 times on this video.
Like
on those fucking motorcycle videos.
You can go out to the desert right now in the middle of winter, and there's an 8-year-old kid doing what they're doing until the end.
Which is something you shouldn't do because it defies the law. Your best case scenario is you die.
Yes. Yep.
There's no way. There's no stopping. There's not enough surface area to stop a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's like one of those, like imagine the glove, which is what the landmark in Monument Valley, the one the iconic one it's called the glove.
Yes.
And there's a cliff, and after the end of the cliff is a very narrow spike that juts out from the ground that these two guys hot dog it and land on, and Johnny Utah, of course, skates on there perfectly. Like, yeah,
he just
come
stops.
on, bro, come on, dude, you can make it. And Jeff is like, well, of course I can make it, but he goes over the edge. He goes too hot.
Yeah,
and it's all punch it, buddy. Just climb back up here. Which there's a couple set frames where it looks like he could have just got off the motorcycle. But he doesn't, and Johnny's like, hold my hand, dude, I'll save you. Just punch it. Come on, bro. And then bro's like, I'm trying, bro. Bro. Falls to his doom. 7
apparently
years later.
He wasn't a very good poly rock climber like the other guys.
Yeah, he could have just latched on.
Grabbed onto something and thrown himself up like boss.
If this is what you're doing, like, you know where this stunt is going, wouldn't you have a parachute on as well?
You'd think.
Just, you know,
Just in
you
case.
can still accomplish the stunt.
I have that same question later on for another, like, during the snowboarding. It's like, they wear them.
Yeah, they wear them. I mean, it's the same as wearing a helmet. Doesn't make you a pussy
Yeah.
to have a parachute on.
Makes you not dead.
Makes you not dead. And the same fucking stunt can be accomplished.
Yeah.
You idiots. Anyways, 7 years later, Johnny is now an FBI trainee. Like, he's not an agent yet.
No, he's
like a Padawan. He's still got his ponytail, his braided ponytail.
So they don't let you wear that fucking haircut in the FBI.
I was being metaphorical about Padawans having to wear the rat tail on the.
I'm being serious. I don't think they let you have that fucking haircut.
I don't think that they do at any point. Even if you're a trainee, you can't look like a doofus. Maybe if your plan is to be undercover, like if the FBI, if J. Edgar Hoover's ghost comes up and says, this Johnny Utah guy, he's going to have to stop some extreme guys at some point in time, so we need him to look like a fucking butthole.
His hair can grow out that long in like 4 months. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
He has a haircut.
The only scenario that he would be allowed to have that haircut is if he's got to take down some extreme guys.
He's not in the FBI.
Yeah.
He's working at the Sports Authority.
Because the FBI uses assets too.
Sure, they do.
Yeah, it's just like, this guy's not in the FBI.
He's not in the FBI. Well, he's no agent. Quite clear in the film that he's a trainee. That there's a chance that he could become an agent at some point, but right now he is not.
He's a doofus in skinny jeans with no haircut.
What's this black guy's name?
Delroy Lindo.
Oh yeah, Delroy Lindo. He's not the chief
Agent
of the FBI.
boss guy.
Yeah, he's agent boss guy. He doesn't yell though. I was kind of sad about that. I thought like he was gonna spit
He doesn't do
angry
anything.
words.
He shows up. He doesn't know what's going on with anything.
Yeah,
He's a seagull manager.
he doesn't have a fucking clue because the very first thing is there's this what do they call that? Meetings where you bring everybody in the room and you show them some tape. And cops do this all the time. Like, we're gonna
Here's
have
the security
It's
footage.
a briefing.
briefing. That's the word. Yeah. So they're having a briefing, and there's dudes on these motorcycles that have stolen jewels, diamonds, and then jumped out of a 100-story building in Mumbai, and then tossed the diamonds into the streets below,
Yeah.
and then parachuted. Whoa.
Whoa.
Wait, what's a seagull manager?
They just want every once in a while fly in,
Managed seagulls.
crap
duh.
all over the place, eat everybody's food, and leave.
Yes.
So he's not a manager of seagulls. He is a seagull
Who has
who
been
is a
made a
manager.
manager. Yeah.
Okay.
a seagull with a tie on.
Yes, exactly. A human being that has the mental capacity of a seagull
Yes.
and has been given a tie.
Well, these dudes. This is a question for you right here. How many people do you see in the shot in the motorcycle jumping out of the fucking building?
3.
3 guys. Well, it doesn't help that I'm giving you a hint by holding up 3 because
Yeah.
I'm thinking it
Well,
mentally.
there were 3 in the elevator.
Uh
Then they showed 3 jumping out the story windows.
huh.
And they showed 3 in the plane, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So did you guys also catch the this is all via security footage.
Yes.
But then there's a camera directly outside of the window that they jumped out of. Yeah. What's that camera do? Like there was just a helicopter there
Yeah.
already.
That was the monster helicopter.
Yeah. These guys are bros. Sponsor 'em. They also steal money out of a plane, and
Just let it go to the jungle so the monkeys can have it.
the people of Mexico, I guess.
That was falling into the jungle. There
Yeah.
was no people down there.
Yeah. Well,
No,
there's-
they showed some people.
There's a shot of people
Yeah.
grabbing and
like
snatching
5
the money,
people
but-
that were out there getting bananas or something.
Yeah, you couldn't aim this money and predictably be like, oh, this is going to go here to these innocent villagers. It would have blown all over fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
They would be still picking that shit up out of the Pacific Ocean thousands of
years from
miles
now.
away. But they skydive, save the money, launch it into the air. Yeah, here you go, Mexico people. Impoverished. This will finance you. And then they dive. I was like, those guys are dead because it's shot like they just plummet straight into the ground. But they've plummeted into a cave, which I thought was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. You'd never be able to do it.
Never in a million fucking years. There's a reason nobody's done this stunt.
Yeah,
because you
you'd
would
die.
miss.
There's no way to do it.
Even if you were just 5 degrees pointed in the wrong direction, you would splat right against the wall of that cave.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be coming in. That's a 90-degree jump.
And if any part of the parachute touches anything, you're
Anything.
fucked.
You're fucked. Impossible. But that was kind of...
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's why they're called the Impossible.
Tasks of Takahashi.
Mission Force,
Yeah.
the IMF, starring Ethan Hunt.
No,
No, they're not Mission Impossible. They're Mission Idiots.
but they say it that these are the 8 impossible things to accomplish.
By, what is the guy's name?
Osaka.
Osaka 8.
Osaka.
Johnny Utah explains, there's this dude, and I think these guys are doing it. And he's like the Zen guy that he is like extreme, and he did these extreme 8 things, but he died. And if you do all 8, you reach nirvana.
Yeah, but the original Osaka guy only made it to number 3.
Yeah. They didn't make it very far because he
No.
was also an idiot, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So they've done 3. They also base jumped off of Everest, which doesn't seem to have some like Robin Hood-esque
Okay,
theme. It
that's
seems like
just
they just
stupid.
base jumped off of
That doesn't
Everest.
even make sense.
Does not make any sense. You cannot do that either.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, I don't think the filmmakers have ever seen it.
It's
Everest.
probably why it was like just glossed over. Like, oh, that bitch jumped Everest. What? Really? Yeah, just don't talk about that anymore. It's too stupid.
Everest
Moving on
is
to the
not
next thing.
steep.
No,
It's just
there's nowhere to
really
go.
fucking high.
And there's no way to get up there in something that you could jump off of it
It's
in.
not a cliff.
Too
It's-
high for a helicopter to get up there.
And
The air's too thin. It can't fly.
yeah, and you would sink like a rock. Like if you had parachutes,
It doesn't
the air
work.
is too fucking thin. Even if
dumb.
you could, like you would jump and then just land it in the snow that's 4 feet in front of you because it's not a fucking cliff. It's a mountain chain
There's
with the
just mountains
summit at the top.
everywhere. There's mountains everywhere.
Idiots. Okay, so anyways, good point. They glossed that over. So the next thing that they're going to do, and Johnny Utah's like, I've got an idea. They're going to hit this big wave in France. It's going to be like really awesome big wave. So this is going to be part 4 of their stunt Osaka 8 thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't at this point in time Delroy Lindo be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, no, he's
guy.
Because Delroy Lindo is shitty at being an FBI boss.
Yeah.
He just goes along with what anybody says.
This is your theory. Even if these guys are doing this Osaka 8 thing, which you have little to no proof of that that's what they're doing, so what? These are the guys? This is all tied together because of this quite loose thing. Very loose.
Yeah. He also, it seems like those other real FBI people that are in the meeting later, they're actually going to be doing the hard investigating. So I think Linda's just putting this guy out on like, yeah, whatever.
Maybe
I'm going to send this guy out on a flyer. If anything comes of it, I'll look like a, real genius. If nothing happens, then I'll fire this guy.
Maybe he's dead.
Maybe he's dead. Maybe he's fired. I don't know.
I don't have to look at his stupid face and hair.
Don't have to.
I don't have to have that 30-day review where I'm like, dude, I've told you to get your haircut. You either get your haircut or you're fired. I don't have to deal with that now. Yeah. He's shot in the face. Hooray! Or he died jumping off of Everest, which you can't do.
You can't do it.
So
they base jumped off the moon.
Delroy Lindo sends him to this place in France, and Johnny Utah's going to go undercover as a dude bro, and there is like 10,000 people out at this wave thing.
We should mention that Ray Winstone is apparently in the FBI.
Oh, yeah, Ray Winstone's in the FBI.
Ray Winstone shows up. He's like, oh, I'm the FBI guy from London. Do they have those? I don't think they have those.
Sure, that's not how it works.
No.
The FBI.
You'd be in contact with somebody from Interpol,
yeah,
who is an investigative service and not law enforcement.
Right. And the only liaison that people would have would be the CIA, because the FBI does not work outside of the United States.
We have Interpol here, though, so we could have... but you could liaison directly through Interpol.
He's not here. He's in France.
He's in France. They don't have the FBI there.
They do not.
Federal Bureau of Investigation to the United States of America. Not France. Or beach parties. Be them. I guess that's where they're like loose. Like, oh, it's international waters. Play fast and loose, FBI.
Maybe. So there, it's out in the middle of nowhere. Jackie, you said that there's like a volcano or something that's causing this wave.
Yeah. So the way that they explained it was that there's some kind of underground mountain / volcano thing.
Yeah.
And because of the weather, it's pushing up against this volcano thing and creating these huge waves that peter out by the time that they get to the actual shore, so that they don't kill anybody.
So you have to do this in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. So you kind of have to go out there a ways to hit this wave, and they don't come very often.
Yeah, so there's like a gajillion people out there. It looks like one of those spring break videos of Lake Tahoe with slutty ladies and thirsty bitches and
they should have just started playing My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard.
Yep, it's a boat party.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the middle of the ocean.
Never tell the Minnesota Vikings about this place, because, whoa boy. It's pretty obscure reference.
Yes,
10
it is.
years ago.
The 10-year anniversary of the Minnesota Vikings boat party. That was really not very hard-hitting news when it happened.
Yeah. So, he goes out and he's like, I guess to meet these guys, I'm going to have to do some extreme shit. So I'm going to surf this wave, but he gets towed out there, and then another dude gets towed out there, which I guess fucks up his groove and shit.
Because only one person's supposed to go at a time. It's dangerous.
It doesn't look dangerous. They look like they're hot dogging it. Like they're brosing out already. They're just like, yeah, man, we can do this both. For like, they build it up like you can't, but then they get out there and they're surfing together.
Yeah.
Looks like no problem. And then the wave collapses, which, because I've never surfed, but my understanding is surfing doesn't end until the wave collapses on top of you.
Or you make it out and off the back side of it. Then you're just swimming around again.
Yeah. But if the wave...
He made it out, swam off the backside of it, and then jumped in and saved him. This is one of my biggest problems with the whole movie is they're like, oh, the test's not complete. He rode the wave. He got done with that one.
I'm still confused about the whole surfing thing, but anyways, Utah wrecks and gets bonked somehow. I guess he's unconscious. I also guess because the next thing we see is he wakes up and it's nighttime on the boat
On
their
party yacht.
party yacht. So was he drowning and then they gave him CPR,
I guess.
which would lead me to believe that he would not be unconscious until nighttime if he got CPR.
I don't know.
You cough up the water and then
Like-
you are alive at that point.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It didn't make any sense.
No.
Moving on.
Party on the boat. We got buns and whores and sluts and coke and drugs and pizza.
They didn't have any pizza.
No, well,
Yeah,
they
dude, this
probably
was a
have
boat
pizza at
party.
some point.
There's
You can't
only
have a party without
one
pizza.
item of food that I saw.
Mhm.
It was cake.
Oh yeah, well, no, that's later.
Yeah, but that's in the entire thing because they talk about eating and they have like their picnic or whatever, but you never see the food. The only food that I saw was that damn cake.
Speaking of cake, that we'll deal with later, they meet the sponsor. Well, he doesn't really meet the sponsor. He gets pointed out this sponsor guy that's like, yeah, he sponsors us. That's our guy. You used to have Red Bull. Well, now we got him. I want to bring him up because I have a question.
Is he Martin Shkreli?
Who's Martin Shkreli?
The pharma guy that just got... The guy that bought the only copy of the Wu-Tang Clan album. Just happened. Now he's in jail. Obviously it's not because they didn't know about him beforehand, but it's odd that there was a current event parallel that played out for about 6 years in the pharmaceutical, or 6 months in the pharmaceutical.
Oh, the guy that ripped everybody off and
Yeah.
jacked up the price of...
AIDS medication.
yeah,
Well,
it's-
it was just an infection medication, and there's a toxoplasmosis can be had by more than just AIDS patients, but AIDS patients do fall victim to it. If you eat the cat poop, you'll get it.
Ew.
Yeah.
I will not eat the capu. So he meets Bodhi, who saved him. He meets, here's the rest of the guy's name. Roach.
Roach, I remember that because the marijuana cigarette.
Chowder.
That's not a good nickname.
And Gromit.
What the fuck?
I'm Flange.
Who wrote this shit?
I'm Elbow Joint. Gromit. I'm Light Emitting Diode.
This is my posse. That's Lamp. The guy over there is Chair. This guy over here, he's a bookcase.
Oh my god.
What?
Gromit. He also meets the booby lady, Sam Sarah, and they go on a dive. Underwater
And his
dive.
Clothes magically change.
His clothes magically
Because
change.
he's got a wetsuit on.
Mm-hmm.
And he jumps in with the wetsuit half on.
Mhm.
And then he's just swimming in Speedos.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they show him take it off because when
Not
he jumps,
really.
yes, they do.
Yeah, he didn't.
When he jumps in, he does not have that Speedo on, or he does not have the wetsuit
Yeah, but
on.
he
It
doesn't
was
ever
hanging
take it
off. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. is
No,
No.
that-
when
yeah.
he
I
jumped
saw it.
in,
No.
he
I will
did
dispute
not.
this.
You're incorrect
Fine.
about that, Sam.
Okay.
You are incorrect,
But
Sam.
you are correct about the fact that he had a wetsuit on, took it halfway off, and then the next shot is of him in just Speedos.
In just Speedos, yeah. But he probably wouldn't have. If he was in a wetsuit,
Just zip up the wetsuit.
well, the thing is that he wouldn't have been wearing Speedos underneath him.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been wearing Speedos
He would
also.
have been balls out.
Yeah.
She would have done it too. She was a hippie.
You
really
can't just
cheaped
take a
out
look
on
at
the
her
rated R, like,
and be
when-
like, I'm going to get in the water and her clothes are going to come off. What does it matter if I have clothes on? She's
Yeah.
a fucking hippie.
I guess they couldn't have the, nuts swimming, like, night swimming.
Here's some
Here's some balls and beef.
So I guess they're a couple now because they kind of snuggle in the water. They don't
Oh, I have some questions
smooch,
about her
but,
later, but
Okay, we'll skip it. The next day, he goes to this underground fight club because I guess he knows that they're
they
there.
do that too?
Yeah, they're extreme fight guys as well, which does not seem like it fits with their motives of like being hippies and saving the earth, punching each other in the face. That's a total different group of people.
Yeah.
The backyard wrestling guys aren't the same as hippie people who aren't the same as extreme sports guys.
No, they're not. And not only that, but they just sort of go in here and fight each other and then, like, wander off. Like, everybody's doing that. Like, oh, I got in a fight, now I can leave.
Yep.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you don't talk about Fight Club. You just leave afterwards.
Yeah, this whole section didn't get it.
Yeah, so I guess they beat each other up.
He
and that's
had
like,
a handicap.
what was his handicap?
He was wearing skinny jeans.
Oh.
Can't fight people in those.
Yeah, and I'm going to burn a question now. You are a fucking FBI agent. You've been specially trained,
Well,
right?
he's not an FBI agent, but
He should have gone through
Well, they
the
gave him a
hand-to-hand.
temporary FBI badge before he went out.
He
Yeah.
has gone at least to Quantico once or twice.
Right. So he's had some training, and then he gets his ass handed to him by a fucking hippie.
Yep.
What kind of training did he actually get? Or maybe he was just a bad
He
student.
skipped that part.
You know what his first mistake was?
He had mono that week.
Taking his shirt off.
Yeah.
He takes his shirt off.
Gets
Bodhi
punched in
doesn't
the
take
face.
his shirt off. Bodhi wins. Why do guys always have to take their shirt off to fight? Can't you just fight with your t-shirt on?
Well, he had a tank top. He already took one of his shirts
yeah,
off.
that's not good enough.
And then you're like, okay, that's good enough. And he's like, no, I better take this one off too. Gets punched in the face.
What do you... I just don't get why every time guys have to take their shirts off to fight. What does that do? Other than like, yeah, now check out my pet. Is it peacocking? Is that
I
what
don't
it is?
know. Well, I know that they can't grab your shirt if you're not wearing one.
They can grab your stupid doofy hair, which is
Yeah,
worse
if you
than
have
your shirt.
doofy hair and your shoes are untied and you're wearing skinny jeans, you may as well leave the fucking shirt on because you've already handcuffed your ass. You know,
He
you
had
may
a
as well be fighting
ponytail.
with one hand at that point.
Yeah, he had a ponytail. He was going down one way or another.
Yeah, and his shoes were untied. He
Yeah.
had skate shoes on, untied.
Dipshit.
So you're gonna be able to fight in that.
Speaking of Fight Club, is that what does Tyler Durden go down there and be like, is that what a man looks like? And then beat the fuck out of everybody in there because he's not a little foofy pretty boy panty.
Oh, Tyler
bitch.
Durden would have looked around the corner and been like, not for me.
Yeah, well,
This is silly business.
this is too gay. So he's in because he gets beat up.
And then he waits outside like a despondent psychopath.
Yeah, like initiation, like college style, like hazing. To
No.
join the sorority. Now go wait outside, and we're going to talk about you and determine if you're in or not. But anyway, either way, long story short, he gets in. He's part of the club. Sends a text to Delroy. I'm in. I'm part of them. And so the next day is Flying Squirrel Day. Suit up. Go to the top of the mountain, bro. Here, carry this rock because we're dicks.
Yeah, they put a rock in his backpack. What was the point of that?
So they could throw it off the edge and see how long 6 seconds is.
Dude, there were other fucking rocks up
does 6
there.
seconds have to do with anything?
I don't know.
They don't. That rock. Okay. So if
They
you're
know
base
how
jumping,
far it down. They know how far down it is.
I thought that they were implying that they were going to base jump and that you got 6 seconds before the ground, which makes sense. But they don't base jump. They flying squirrel, which 6 seconds never comes into play. It's not, you got 6 seconds until you hit the ground. No, you guys are flying squirrel. You guys go flying squirrel for like 45 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
What?
This was so ridiculous looking on film. It wasn't extreme for me. Like, as soon as they busted out those flying squirrel outfits and they jumped off of there, because I also thought they're going to base jump.
Mhm.
And then it was flying squirrel time, and I was like, oh, this
Despite-
is not awesome.
I
This
bet.
is like something my dad would do.
Your dad would not flying squirrel.
No, the flying squirrel's got to be the most dangerous fucking thing.
It looks stupid.
It
though.
looks
She
stupid
is
as hell.
right.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's intense
I
as
totally
all
agree.
get out when you do that, but
But
it looks dumb.
it's just like with Jupiter Ascending.
Mhm.
Another SMAV a contender. The skating boots, magic skating boots, totally would be really effective. Looks dumb as hell.
Wearing a sleeping bag and jumping off of a cliff also looks stupid.
Looks dumb.
Yep.
Yep.
Put some lightning bolts on those things.
Make them look fast. Yeah, this was terribly disappointing. And I was kind of waiting for somebody to hit their face on a tree, because they were going in and out of the trees and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Mhm.
And I'm
CGI
like-
trees.
Yeah, CGI trees. And I was thinking, okay, one of these other fuckers, either the orange guy or the yellow guy, is going to hit a fucking tree.
Yeah, and it just drags on and on and on, and they keep like, oh, there's ground. And I was like, oh, thank God they're landing because this is going on for way too long. And then, nope, they go over the edge of another cliff, and they're more flying squirreling. Ugh.
Yeah, this part was like, oh, I almost fell asleep during this movie like 3 times.
This is essentially the last, is something going to happen moment for quite some time, because here's where nothing happens.
Yeah, this is where I'm trying to eat popcorn to stay awake.
So I guess at the base of this mountain that they just jumped off is a cabin that's like their bro down hippie camp.
I
Like,
guess.
do they have like those traveling concerts that come to town? And this is like one of those locations that everybody take off their clothes and smoke a bunch of weed places, because that's what it reminds me. Like where the hippies go.
Yeah.
Like shitty Burning Man. This is just some cabin out in the middle of nowhere where it's perfect, and they've got all of their hippiness converges in this one location. Zen has hit this bottom of this mountain cabin.
And this is obviously an advertisement for some clothing line. I swear to God, it's the ultimate clothing line. And
I thought these people, I don't know what you're seeing, because it looks like these people made their own fucking clothes for this hippy-dippy cabin.
No, these are... It's an actual style.
Like braided fucking Indian shirts
and
bullshit.
Yeah, dude, it is a style. We don't have a store for it here, but you have to specialty order it from like Eddie Bauer catalog.
She's got one of the Sam Sarah's got one of those dumb hats that like
Rostov hats.
Yeah, the hippie jam circles girls do at college. Looks.
She's bouldering by herself, which is extraordinarily dangerous. And this is the point where I realized that the film's completely sexist.
Yeah, she doesn't get to play.
Why doesn't she get to play?
Yeah.
They do stuff that she can't be a flying squirrel.
She cannot.
Why?
Because she has to stay home and cook the fucking meal and
walk up
chop
the side
firewood.
of a fucking mountain and jump off of it wearing a stupid squirrel outfit. Like, the hardest thing they do is the rock climbing business, which it is documented heavily because women they lack the upper body strength. They use technique more and they're better rock climbers.
Indeed. Yep.
Why doesn't she get to do any of the shit?
Why doesn't she get to do any of the shit?
She should be doing all of the shit.
She appears to like doing the shit.
Chowder shouldn't be a character. She should be, because Chowder dying doesn't really fucking matter.
No. Well, I don't think that it matters at all because, as I mentioned earlier, there's only 3 guys that jump out of the top of the fucking building. Then there's 3 guys that base jump off Everest.
Guys.
And then there's 3 guys that skydive. Actually, there's only 2 guys that skydive. This is not a team!
No, they rotate in and out. Not everybody does everything.
Not everybody gets to find Zen.
I fucking don't know.
Because Bodhi's a dick?
He's a dick.
I don't know, dude.
Donkey punching asshole. It is sexist. Girls can't do that shit. Fuck her. I mean, let's fuck her.
The hardest thing...
That's all she's good for, and dishes.
The hardest thing, I think, would be, like, if you're looking at all of it, the hardest thing for her to do would be riding that fucking motorcycle, and she does it just fine.
Yep, indeed.
She
kills guys. She's willing to kill men.
Stupid. She should have been She should have been one of the main people.
Nice work, guys.
Whatever.
You just set back female relations.
It's like they kept
30 years.
Yeah, they didn't keep anything from the first one except sexism. Yep. Nice job.
Nice. All right, so they have their hippy-dippy party, and
they get something out of a Dutch oven. We don't get to see.
Beans? I don't know.
Probably.
And they do this weird
extreme farting.
And they do this weird prayer thing where they're like, "Welcome, Johnny Utah," as they're holding hands around the weird pot of food.
Ugh, God, I hate these people. So the next day, it's time to snowboard, and so they climb on top of another mountain, and man, nobody's scared or tough enough to do this shit. And Johnny Utah's like, fuck that shit, I'm doing this. And he just jumps off and goes snowboarding.
Yeah.
Looks like a Warren Miller video. It's not that exciting. There's a point where they like stop and they're like, well, you can't go further than that. It's game over, which it just looks like the other stuff that they also skied on. It actually looks a little less rocky to me.
It does. It looks less rocky.
Yeah. This looks safer, guys. And Johnny Utah's like, you guys are fucking bitches. So he goes and jumps off of that too. And then Chowder...
Doesn't.
I guess he aims poorly?
He gets going too fast is what happens.
Apparently, you come in hot when you're trying to keep up with Johnny Utah.
Which would mean that Johnny Utah's going faster than Chowder.
Yes. Well, no, he's just ahead of him. I just think he just gets going too fast.
I think
I've had that happen going down. There's a point where you get going too fast, you lay down.
You fucking lay down. Everybody knows
tried.
that. Have you ever been... Did he?
Yeah, he tried to lay down and it didn't matter and he went off the edge.
Yeah, well, he falls to his doom.
He dies. He's a dead guy. Dead Chowder.
So the next day they have a party. Or that night they have a party. It's like a rave party.
It's a stupid party.
I don't think hippies like raves, but... the sponsor guy's there, and he's nuts, because he's like, put this cake in my face.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. So he wanders around, sort of gets at the fact that he could own Johnny Utah if Johnny Utah would like to be owned by him. Then the other guy's like, he doesn't own us. And then it shows him again, and he's like, hey, DJ, put that cake on me. Why does the DJ have a cake?
Who brought that cake?
And why is he rubbing it all over his tits?
He just puts the whole cake on him. And it's like a
pie in the face, but it's a cake.
It's a whole, like...
It's a huge
cake.
And you only get the pie in the face if you don't want the pie in the face. You can't ask for a cake in the face and have it be like, oh, that's normal. That guy's fucked up.
Eating cake.
This guy was rubbing himself after he got hit in the face, and he was like, yeah!
What if you're the person that brought the cake and like, I worked really hard on that. Nobody gets to eat that cake now.
Well, the guest of honor enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But what do you think he does like 3 minutes after that?
you gotta go take a shower.
You can't just be
You're
like,
sticky.
I am now gonna hang out with this cake on me.
Maybe he makes those women that were hanging around him lick it off.
They don't
Off of
want any
his
of that
clothes.
cake.
Yeah.
They haven't had cake ever. You see what they were all size zeros. They've never even seen cake before.
That's probably true.
Yeah, then he'd get puke on him because they would have to expunge afterwards. You eat the cake and then you puke. Force
Yeah.
yourself to puke.
Yeah.
Because they're
Bulimics.
bulimic,
Yeah.
stupid faces.
Maybe there was a slip and slide, and he used that with the
Oh, you
cake.
could do that. That would be fun, actually. There is a slip and slide. It's the other side of the mountain. It's just death is at the end.
He's going to meet Chowder, man.
Why do they keep
Wait,
saying,
he
I'll
got
see
cake
you
and
soon?
Chowder? I don't know what's going on in
Cake and
this
chowder.
movie.
Cake and chowder is not a good combo. Unless it's chowder cake.
Oh.
All right, so now Sam Sarah takes Johnny Utah out, and they're like talking, and I grew up, and Osaka is this Zen guy that saved me because he's got to give back to the earth, and
Her parents were killed in an avalanche, and she didn't go care to elaborate on that at all.
yeah.
Sometimes he just plants the trees. Other times he adopted me when I was an orphan when my parents were killed by an avalanche. That's how that conversation went.
It almost went exactly like that. Did he go through proper channels to adopt her, or was he just like,
You
hey,
live on my boat now.
you live here?
Snag a kid.
And so Osaka dies by standing his ground against a Norwegian whaling boat
vessel.
between the boat and a horde of
Humpback
humpbacks.
whales.
I don't know what a group of
I thought it was a
humpback whales is.
China boat.
Pod.
No, it was Norwegian.
Oh.
Chinese don't whale. It's only the Japanese and the
Yeah.
Norwegians. And the Norwegians don't do it
Iceland's
too much
too.
anymore. No, I think Iceland quit that about 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, they put in a law said.
I think they've been doing it on the sly.
Well, anybody can do it on the sly, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
not legal in Iceland, I don't believe. Don't quote me on that, because I
Okay.
don't go to Iceland very frequently. Also,
Although, if you'd like to send us there for research so we can check out and see how true this whale statement is in Iceland.
who do these things that you ask people to do on the podcast are always like
Send me on vacation.
so far from the realm of possibility. Like, you know what you could ask with our celebrity status? Like copies of movies, books that people like. They could send us stuff like that. Send me to Iceland.
Hey, I am aiming high.
That's like the plot of this movie.
I
Like,
know.
wait, somebody just sent her to Iceland? What? Anyways, okay. So he dies doing the "you shall not pass" thing, I
Yeah.
guess, because the boat doesn't even slow down. I wonder if they even saw him. Like,
Probably not.
you shall not get these whales, and then it just goes. Because he's probably on like a dinghy or something.
Yeah, he's got to be on a small boat.
Yeah, he can't have a lot of money.
It's just him and Bodhi on there, apparently.
If the whaling vessel destroyed his vessel and killed him, it was a small boat.
Yeah, it was a small boat. So Bodhi apparently was on there as well, I guess, because there's one
Yeah.
survivor that she met. A guy. She calls some guy was
Some
there.
kid, yeah.
And,
Why didn't that kid do anything? That's what Johnny Utah says.
and she,
Doesn't
now that
answer
Osaki is dead, lives there anyways with Bodhi,
Bodhi.
who apparently is also a child. So now two children are living on a boat together?
So is Blue Lagoon Point Break 1?
It's extreme humping. We don't know what we're doing. Oh, it feels nice. So after that, it's time to really fuck shit up and break the earth because it's now time to enact Operation Blow Up a Gold Mine.
This part of the movie made no sense to me. It was like, save the environment. We're gonna blow up a fucking mountain.
These guys have been taking gold out of Mother Earth, her guts, for 20 years.
Yeah.
Does
the
that
other
do
stuff,
anything?
like, they were giving back, like, Robin Hood shit. This is just, like, property destruction.
What does gold mining hurt?
I mean, it's ugly.
Yeah? Is it bad for the earth?
Well, I mean, you tore that hole in the ground.
Just, so?
Yeah.
Is it any different
Ew.
than blowing up the side of a mountain?
No.
Yeah, see?
I think it's
Fucking
less
activists.
destructive than blowing up the side of a goddamn mountain.
Yeah, maybe.
These guys are fucking morons.
No, they don't get it.
You can't save the earth by blowing it up.
Nope.
Oh, I hate them. So they.
Wait a second. These guys are just like those bald dickheads at the end of Planet of the Apes Part 2.
Mm-hmm. You blew it all up. You bastards! So, yeah, they blow up a fucking gold mine. And,
Kinda.
Johnny...
They, like, blow up the road to the gold mine. I
Yeah.
don't even know if they do anything
I
bad
don't
to the gold mine.
It's just like the mountain above where the gold mine trucks are going.
Yeah, like, oh, we shut down that operation for 2 days. They'll have to get those rocks off the road with some road graders and stuff. Bulldozers.
Goddamn,
Fix
I want
their
to go
wagon
back to
good.
does this hurt the earth thing? Because
Mining?
you're okay.
There
So
is an ecological impact to mining, yes.
you move dirt from point A
No, they
to
have
point B.
those big water pits and all the chemicals they use. They
What
dump
chemicals to
ammonia.
gold mine? To
specifically.
gold mine.
Yes.
You can't just go in there with a pickaxe and go tink 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 tink
No,
tink
they
tink.
separate it all and they use chemicals for that process. So that's what that big water pit in the middle is.
If anybody would like to confirm or deny that works in a mine of gold. Now, I know that they do for other resources. I don't think that they do for gold.
They might only
They
do it for
smelt
silver.
it.
Well, the other thing is too, like here in the US of A, we've got some pretty stringent mining restrictions these days. They're not.
In fact, I know that they don't because Jackie's uncle-in-law works at a fucking mine, and they don't use any chemicals. They
Yeah,
go
they
in there
probably
with
have-
their hands and trucks and heavy equipment. Well, I mean, there's guys down at the base, tink, 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 tink,
Yeah.
tink, 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 their way through the tunnel, but they go in there with big-ass fucking heavy moving
Yeah.
equipment and shit. But so the destruction to the planet from them is the cost of gas emissions.
Yeah, that's true.
From the trucks.
But
These guys are right up there on motorcycles and fucking Land Rovers.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not saving the earth, you fucking tools. God, I hate these guys.
Well, they're dickheads.
Okay, so anyways, enough about that. So Johnny blows his cover because he's like, "You gotta stop right there, Bodhi." And he pulls a gun on him, but Bodhi's like, "Fuck you, I'm blowing this mountain up, bitches." So he takes off on his motorcycle, and they chase each other while an avalanche of rock is chasing
And he's like,
them.
Hey guys, and he gets the two drivers and he sets them down on the ground. He's like, okay, you guys die right here.
Yeah.
And then he gets on a motorcycle and starts, because they show the avalanche and they didn't fucking make it.
They didn't make it, those guys.
No.
Neither do Johnny and Bodhi, because the movie does not know how terminal velocity works. Are they implying that those men on motorcycles are going down a mountain faster than 96
Well,
miles
the
per
rocks
hour?
are tumbling. Who knows? The whole thing
at
looks
terminal
terrible.
velocity of 96 miles per hour.
96.
That's how fast those would tumble.
How do you know
How
that,
do you know
Justin?
that?
From physics class.
Terminal velocity in air is 180 miles per hour.
I thought it was 96.
Nope.
Okay, so are those guys going 180? The rocks would have
The
crushed
rocks are
them.
tumbling,
You
I don't
can't-
know.
If you can't outrun an avalanche of snow, you can't outrun a mountain of rocks. Can't be done.
Well, neither of those are going terminal velocity, but they probably shouldn't be able to outrun it. You're right.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're dead.
They're fucking dead. But anyways, they don't. They crash. And then there's a whole, "Get out of here, Bodhi," or like firing the gun in the air. I won't shoot you. So Johnny lets him go.
Yep.
And so the FBI cuts off their sponsorship money. Okay, so now their funds are frozen. I guess they don't get any more cash
From that guy.
from that guy. So they have to pull a bank heist.
So how do they get to freeze this guy's assets? Or like, this is the guy that's funding it? They can prove that?
Which one, Johnny? That him?
No,
Do you know his name? I really
I
know.
don't
I didn't
know his
catch
name.
his name.
Do you have any evidence
I know
against
he likes
this guy?
cake.
No, I don't. Well, that's okay. We've already frozen his assets. How did you do that? How do we have agents in England that are English? We're the FBI.
This man will have no more cake today.
No more cake. Ray Winston? Right.
Oh my god.
Why are you in this movie?
I don't know.
Well, somebody had to be Gary Busey. So, so they have to pull this bank robbery, which I don't think is one of their stunts. They just need more cash to finance the other stunts.
The director had a hard-on from the robbery scene in Heat. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's
'cause
what
he
I thought,
borrowed
too.
a lot from that.
There's a shootout. They kill a bunch of cops.
A bunch.
Not good people. You can't root for them.
No.
These are los banditos. Bad guys.
And they're in the corner real hard here, too. Because
Mm-hmm.
before they were Robin Hood, then they were sort of ambiguous with the gold mine thing was like, okay, well, I don't really know where you're going with this, but
Now they're
just killing
murderers.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of murder, Roach gets dead. He gets shot.
Bro.
Bummer. He's the only one that I
forgot your
kind of
name
recognized
already.
his face. Yeah.
other guy. What's his name?
Gromit.
Oh my god.
Coupling. Other plumbing terms.
Well, Gromit makes it.
Yeah, Gromit makes it out of there, but
You don't see how.
Utah chases after Bodhi, and it's this long chase, ends up on a ski lift thing, or what? Gondola. It's on a gondola.
Yeah.
And then he gets in there. Don't do it, Bodhi! Don't shoot me! And so he shoots first, but underneath the mask, it's not Bodhi! It's hippie titty lady!
Samantha.
Samsura! Ka-ka-ka.
She's dead.
She's dead.
I'm gonna burn
He
one
killed
because I
a
got
lady
so many
he
questions here.
boned.
Has he done her a favor right here?
By killing her?
Yeah, because it seems like she's dying of hypothermia throughout the whole movie because her lips are fucking blue.
That's true.
Is she like cold? What's going on with that? She looked dead. She looked terrible. She looked fucking terrible.
She's gross. I don't like her. Even with the fake boobs. Like, she looks like a goddamn hippie.
I didn't know what was going on.
She
I
looked
saw
like she had a major drug problem, and that's probably why her circulation was so low.
I don't know.
Her
but
tattoos suck. Her hair sucks. Her face sucks. Everything about her is like, ugh, God damn it. I hated college and I hate you.
Yeah. So I think, she was going to die anyway.
Tell me how that Jack Johnson concert works out for you, you stupid.
Or maybe
Pooch
she
face.
wasn't going to die. She's like, no, Johnny Utah, I finally put on a jacket. Other question.
Mhm.
Bank at the top of the mountain? What the fuck? Well, they wouldn't rob that bank. It's the top of the mountain. Why did you guys build a bank at the
They
top of the
wouldn't rob
mountain?
that bank because there's not any money at it because there's no customers that are going to drive up the fucking mountain to deposit their checks.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to hit the ATM for the club tonight. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to the top. You know which bank I don't like going to? The one at the top of the
Bank
ski
of
hill.
the top of the mountains.
It's super inconvenient.
Himalaya Bank,
And I hate to break it to you two,
where your money is safe and secure because no one will come up here ever.
there wasn't even an ATM on the outside of that bank. So
It
you
wasn't
would've
a
just
bank.
driven up
Because
there.
nobody would go up there.
They just drove up there to get money for the nightclub. They just closed 2 minutes before, and then you're like, "Fuck, there's no ATM. I'm gonna have to pay that $3.50 service charge."
$3.50 service charge is worth it to not drive to the top of a mountain. Yeah, so next up is the solo rock climbing, as Sam mentioned before.
Well, but he sees Bodhi
Mm-hmm.
before he right after what's her face dies, and he's gonna go get him, and he doesn't look both ways before crossing the train
Oh,
tracks,
God
and
damn
almost
it.
gets hit by a train. You're like, what? You didn't fucking hear or see it coming? It's a huge fucking train.
It's going. It's also at a train stop.
It's a stop, and it blows through there at 90.
Bodhi pulls a Batman. It's just gone.
He's just gone.
Smoke pellet,
Uh,
grappling hook, he's gone.
he's actually just hiding behind the bench.
Can't see me. Ugh. So they go up the side of this cliff face. Yeah, because he figures out this is where he's going to go because all of the other stunts went down. This one's got to go up because of the
Name of it or something.
He's also suddenly got a list of these Osaka 8 things, and none of them, they're all like, life of water, life of earth, birth of sky, bullshit that means nothing.
No, it doesn't.
And he's just got, like, internet research from Wikipedia that says...
Oh, he's doing it all upstairs. This guy's the fucking riddle master.
It's in Venezuela rock climbing because we don't have extradition there. What? Okay. Huh?
So we're gonna go there anyway and arrest this douche.
Can we get you in there? Oh, we can get you in. Why not just... So, if this stupid thing is what's happening, if they are going to climb up this rock that you know about because of your Wikipedia research, here's what you do. Don't bring him in on a boat. Do a halo jump. He flies in on a parachute to the top of the mountain, and he's just standing there. When they get to the top, it goes, "You're under arrest."
Yeah, you just go up, you just wait for him at the top.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Truck, helicopter, however you want to get there.
Well, they can't take a helicopter technically, because then that would if they can't go into Venezuela, that would be a military action. But you can do a halo jump.
You could go into Venezuela as a tourist and hire a helicopter.
Ooh, you could do that.
You could do that.
Yeah, I did not get the. I'm going to chase you up the mountain.
Yeah. Well, Gromit doesn't make it now. He's dead.
I will give the photography a real kudos on this rock climbing. There was 2 points in it that I was just like getting vertigo, going, ugh, I'm gonna barf.
Really?
That looks really good.
You know, I don't think
Ugh.
you're going to be able to handle that virtual reality that's coming out this year, Sam, if that gave you vertigo.
Not like real bad, but like the first, whatever the second Batman, the top of the building did the same thing. I was like, ooh, that gives you a really good idea of the heights.
Like Batman Returns or The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight.
Were you standing on top of the tower in Seattle?
I don't know. It was like in Hong Kong or something.
No, that's Seoul.
Seoul, yeah. Seoul? So you say that?
You know, I know that's where it is. I really don't know how to say that.
I think it's Seoul.
Seoul.
Yeah.
Seoul.
I thought you said Seattle. I was like, I don't remember Batman going to Seattle.
I know, that's what I was trying to think of too. I'm like, why? He was never on top of
What does
the.
Batman have to do with Seattle?
He's on the Space Needle.
Hold on, bad guys. I got to get a coffee.
Batman's trip to Seattle. How was it? I'm not going back.
Where is the creamer?
There's no place to park.
I didn't bring any flannel. All right, so Gromit dies. He falls in his doom. But he doesn't even try. He gets in this sticky situation where he can't reach up, I guess. But he's just like, fuck it, I'm dying. See you soon, Bodhi. And he just drops.
So dumb because he's at the bottom like, I don't see the line. I be taking your line. Where he's at, where shit goes awry with him, he could not see from the ground.
No.
There was going to be some guesswork in this thing. Yeah, I don't get it.
Just go back down the way you came. Just try something.
Yeah, there's no going back down.
I'm fuck it.
Down's harder than up.
Well, you gotta, you know what's really hard? To survive letting go and falling to your doom. Try anything.
Not when you
don't just let go and die.
They've got some of their own religion bullshit.
Be like,
though.
Can you come down here and try to help me? Like maybe help anything? Anything. He's just like, I'll see you soon, Bodhi. And let's go with a fucking rock. That was dumb. Anyway, so he falls past Johnny. Yeah, he's dead.
He's a quitter, people. That's what this really comes down to.
He's a fucking quitter.
That little fucker is a quitter, and that's what happens to quitters. You fall off of a fucking mountain.
Here's a interesting decision that he could have made. Not climbing. That's the decision he should have made, because then what does Johnny Utah do if he just stays at the bottom of the mountain?
Yeah.
He's going to have to make a choice.
Yeah.
That's a real conundrum. Like, he really needed to not climb up there. You don't have a movie, but it was the right decision for the character to make.
Indeed. So, Bodhi and Johnny Utah make it to the top of the mountain, and now it's time to do the second to last thing, but it's the last on the board, the ultimate act of trust. And Bodhi just falls backwards off of the waterfall, and Johnny Utah's like, wait, oh, and he falls too.
Really gonna grab him? I wouldn't grab him.
I'd have been like, fuck you, buddy.
All right.
Well,
get on the radio. Is there a dead guy down there?
He jumped.
Don't know.
Did you bring the meat hooks?
I just like making the sound.
You're supposed to say over.
So they fall off the waterfall together, and they can't find Bodhi's body. Johnny Utah makes it with some scratches on his face, and 17 months later, he's like, I know where he's at. There's this thing happening. Another wave, because he fucked up before, and he's got to do it over again.
Which he did.
Wait. Before we go that far, when the Aussie finds him, or the English agent finds him,
Ray Winstone.
He's like, I had this expedited. And he has this FBI badge with his picture on it, which makes him look even more like a fucking doofus.
They gave him a haircut in the picture.
No, I think it was just pushed back.
Ponytail, maybe.
I don't know.
He looks like a man bun guy.
Rat tail.
He had a man bun when he went in to do the Fight Club scene.
Oh, good God, the man bun.
Man buns suck. So, Bodhi, they have a bro off, and I'll let you go, and Johnny Utah gets on the chopper and leaves, and Bodhi catches the ultimate wave.
So does the helicopter take him all the way to Utah?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Home. Which he can't hear anything. He's got headphones on, or the earphone things, and How does he even get out there by himself? That doesn't make it. That whole scene sucks.
Yep, he's just on top of a mountain.
That boat hasn't been crushed by all those waves yet.
Oh, you're talking about you're still talking about Bodhi. I thought you were talking about the
Bodhi and
Utah
in the helicopter
Wasatch business.
going out to the big waves in the middle of wherever.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. That's the end of the movie.
Interesting choice in filmmaking. Not wearing a helmet in the last snowboarding.
Yeah.
Not supposed to do that. It's bad message to the kids.
It is indeed. It's like not wearing your seatbelt in the car or smoking cigarettes.
This wasn't for the kids. They should have showed me those tits a few times.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Instead of a little bit of side boob in a picture.
And some duck tattoos on her neck or whatever the fuck those things were.
Give me your questions.
Is Bodhi actually dead?
That's my number one question. Did Bodhi live?
Because he's an extreme dude. I mean, he's lasted through the other 7. Why not?
The boat doesn't make it. He's 150 miles from the shore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe he rides a whale back.
Maybe that was the ultimate act of trust. And he does live.
And trust in what?
The ocean. To not kill you.
No, because he references the ultimate act of trust right before he goes off the falls. This is number 8.
Yeah, okay.
Which, now, I tabled your thoughts there, but we really need to determine, yes or no, did Bodhi live?
I think I think he's pretty dead.
Jackie?
I think he's dead.
All right. Well, either way,
that was a big wave.
does he save Earth?
No, he's a dipshit without a cause.
Did he have any impact on Earth at all? Other than when he blew up the side of that mountain?
I don't know. I because we're idiots in a theater, we have to take the movie at face value no matter what they're telling us. And the path to saving Earth is completing 8 of these challenges that are stupid. And he does it. I guess we're saved. Hooray. Thanks, Bodhi.
So I can sleep at night now?
Yes, you're good to go.
Technically, though, if he dies during the wave one, he didn't complete it.
What if he completes it and then
died.
dies? What if Sam's right, he makes it through the wave and then just gets eaten by sharks because his boat's destroyed?
He got crushed pretty good by that wave.
Yeah, dude. He's not coming back.
So he didn't make it.
He
did not save the Earth.
So I have to stay
we're all
up
fucked.
worrying about global warming.
Because
still.
extreme sports has failed us.
Failed us, yeah.
God damn it.
Somebody's
Just
got to
like
recycle
Al
now.
Gore.
All right, back to the ultimate act of trust that we mentioned earlier at the waterfall. What was it? What was he trusting?
The Earth.
To squish him when he hits the ground.
I don't know. To not squish him.
What is the ultimate act of trust?
I don't know.
That's stupid.
It is dumb.
They
That
didn't
the water
do anything with
would
that.
embrace his body and would keep him
he makes
safe.
it.
Here's
I
what
trust
you
the
do.
Earth to not kill me.
Here's what you do. You do exactly what they did in a different film that I'm not going to be talking about. But you go up in a plane. There's one parachute. You jump out, and Johnny Utah's got to jump out and save you. You got to trust your bros. This is not trusting bro. This is trusting gravity to kill both of you.
Now, here's the real problem with the ultimate act of trust. They're in a direct line above where Gromit fell. So he's okay, I guess?
Like 6 feet over.
So he's okay, I guess?
I guess, if he hits the river.
No, because he wasn't climbing directly over the waterfall.
They
moved from when they got to the top. They
we'll
moved
see.
over to directly above the waterfall and jumped off into the
But
water.
they are
They all
extreme
died.
guys, and
Yeah.
they know how to, like, guide yourself in air while you're plummeting to your death. So he could have just been, like, zoomed right over to the river and landed in it.
Yeah, if they made it, he should have made it.
Yeah, I'm with Sam.
Yeah.
He was ugly. That's why he couldn't make it.
Gromit was my favorite, if you can have one.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
I don't. I just didn't, for whatever reason, I didn't hate him as much as I hated everybody else.
Delroy, I guess?
Oh, Delroy was such an asshole.
Yeah, he sucked.
Which leads me to my question. So the FBI hasn't heard of eco-terrorism yet?
Ever?
Because they're asking him all these questions. I'm like, yeah, they're eco-terrorists.
There you go, terrorist.
Ray Winston's like, what's going on? And Delroy Lindo's like, you didn't follow orders again. I'm nanny FBI guy. Because he doesn't do anything except criticize his process. He doesn't tell him what to do ever.
No.
Yeah.
Three times they're eco-terrorists, though. It's only 3 times. And really, 2 times of those 3 times, they're just bank robbers. They steal the diamonds, and they steal the cash. None of those are saving the Earth. The only time that they, quote-unquote, save the Earth is the gold mine, which actually does more damage to the Earth than anything.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking... goddamn, I just want to kick them in the balls. Jackie?
Not to mention that, you don't let a terrorist, no matter what kind of terrorist they are, pick their own death and follow law out into the ocean somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure that you are now considered an enemy of the state if you let that dude just surf off into the distance.
It is treasonous. They hang you for that shit.
Well, does
So
the
Johnny
FBI
Utah's
have
dead.
jurisdiction in the middle of the ocean?
Well, either way, you let a wanted terrorist go.
Well, you can't even let him go if he's freelancing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie, question.
So was this girl also part of the extreme team, or because they rotated? Obviously, they rotated through
Yeah.
some of this stuff. Do you think that? I mean, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but do you think she got to do any of this shit?
No, she's
Or
just the
she's
bang
just-
maid.
That's my next question. Is she banging all of them?
She is the supports in the Wobbly H, the London Bridges. She is the peanut butter in the Bodhi grommet sandwich. Because she's hippie. And I don't know why I drew peanut butter. Peanut butter's kind of gross and sticky, and
Yeah.
it can smell bad if you leave it on yourself sometimes. People put it in their hair, so that's kind of gross. And
Well, that one
she's
guy
just
was
gross,
wearing
so-
cake.
Yeah, so that's... No, she is the cum dumpster.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay.
That's where that stuff goes.
Yeah.
Right in and on her. No, she doesn't get to play. It's sexist as shit.
But she has to rob the bank.
Yet people are throwing a fit about fucking Star Wars and the fact that a goddamn girl can be a Jedi. But not this movie. Nobody's pissed about her. Actually, the most competent person in here who smells terrible, looks awful. I don't like her, but she could probably do shit. But the one time she does something, she does get shot. So maybe she's not that competent. Everybody's just a moron.
Yeah, and the reason that she had to do that was because they were already down a dude.
Yeah. The orgy had been broken up, or I guess it's not an orgy, it's just a gangbang, but whatever.
And
What is-
why couldn't a lady be a Jedi?
Because, god damn it, women with vaginas can't do that shit. They can't have magic. That's for man. That's what I guess. I don't know.
That's retarded.
No,
In,
people on the internet are stupid.
in episodes 1 through 3, there were women Jedi.
There was indeed.
Plenty.
Yep.
Ah, fuck them.
Ayla Secura, what's her name? Padawan. Osaka
Tano.
Tano, and then the one, the older one that's the same race of her.
One of the first two Jedis was female.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
What's the sponsor sponsoring?
His
His
own
own-
private puppet show.
Yeah, it's like that guy is when he puts the cake on him, you can tell that this is all just for him. This
It's
is how
just
he gets
grab
off.
ass. Where his money goes.
His childhood is extended into his adulthood.
Because they're not making any money off this shit. Sponsors, when you sponsor this shit, you intend to sell a product because you are sponsoring something that people are seeing your logo or brand on.
Yeah. Well, technically, no. I think the broad definition, you could sponsor them and not expect anything.
Yeah, in the conventional sense, though.
In the conventional sense, yeah, he would be more of a benefactor.
Yeah, they're just cash guy.
Cash guy.
Yeah, he's just watching him die for his own amusement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not like releasing these videos on YouTube. They can't. They're fucking criminals.
That's what he says. He's like, I can watch you do all this stuff, or I can watch you die trying. It's a thrill for him, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Sammy?
In terms of the character Johnny Utah, who has very little ties to the FBI when we're in the movie world that they've created, how is it at all possible that his character keeps any allegiance to the FBI through what he experiences with these guys in terms of the character they set up with the former extreme sports, now I'm going to be in the FBI? Like, how is it that he doesn't turn?
Okay, wait, and I've got something to add to that.
Okay.
Because it's right around in the same vein. And how is it that the FBI even picked his ass up when he had to go back to get his GED at 23 and then went to bachelor's degree school and then law school
Yeah.
5 years after his peers had already graduated? They talk about that. And I'm like, the FBI doesn't take dipshits for
No,
field
it's-
agents. And so,
it's really hard to be an FBI person.
No,
Yeah, so-
not
IQ
for
out the
data
roof.
entry, but
Yeah.
like for a field agent, that's a tough gig to get.
Yeah,
they mostly
so-
hire attorneys and accountants.
how does, I'm with Sam. How did he get in there? And then why does he have any fucking
Why does he
loyalty at
stay?
all?
Like, it seems like because before they blow up the side of the mountain, their ideology is sound before that moment.
If you're a stupid hippie, yes.
He is a stupid hippie.
Right, he is indeed.
Like, this shit is right up his alley.
Uh-huh,
He should have bailed.
Yeah.
Like, his character is he's not a character in the movie because of that. Like, Bodhi is the only actual character who has any motivation in this
and
film.
sticks with it.
Yes.
I have one more question. Did anybody bother to call Travis Pastrana about this shit? Like, call in an expert, maybe. Maybe if you're going to make an extreme sports movie, maybe just pick up the phone and be like, hey, Travis, what do you think about this stuff? Well, I really like what you guys are trying to do here. It's really cool and awesome to see, but it's all a bunch of pussy shit. You guys should try this.
Yeah.
Which is that's probably the best impersonation I've ever done of anybody. That's
That's
exactly
good.
how Travis Pastrana talks. He's like the ultimate nice guy ever. No, it's really cool, but you guys are major bitches.
Yeah.
Like, just think about it. One time, call Ricky Carmichael. Call
Watch a couple of the videos.
Called anybody ever that does stupid shit.
They can't call you, though, because the most extreme you've ever gotten is jumping on the neighbor's shed at night.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
When you were drunk.
I have jumped off a 2-story building once. So.
I have one last question.
Bring it.
It regards the filmmaking. Did you notice how wadded up the end was? They just like smashed it all together.
Mhm.
Like, we got to get through the end of this.
Yeah.
Why did you have to do that in order to make room for the bro camping that took 45 minutes of the middle of the movie?
45 minutes of fucking bro camping.
Nothing.
Can't cut that.
Can't cut that. We got to wad up the end of this thing.
Oh,
What the
that's
fuck?
really shows the characters' depth and their history and their relationships together. You have to know that Osaka tried to be fucking Gandalf for... Why does that even matter?
No.
He just retired. Just say... If anybody needs to know what's Osaka up to, because he's not a criminal,
His
he doesn't
dad.
even need to die. He doesn't need to have it. He's just invented these 8 things. And
Yeah.
That's it. Give us the action. No, that's fucking stupid.
Bad storytelling.
Bad storytelling. Bad editing, for sure. Cut that 45.
Well, I think that was written
jam
like
fast.
that's how the screenplay's written.
Yeah.
Like they just.
Montage.
Well, now we got to get out of this.
Yeah,
thing.
montage would have worked. Okay. The part we've all been looking forward to. Recommendations.
Do not.
I am also a Sam. Do not.
I am a third. Do not. Now, I did not hate this movie as bad as you guys did. I thought it was just Hollywood shitting out. Our audience is stupid. These people are stupid. We don't have to try very hard on this shit. But I just... some competency here and there. I just thought it was the movie.
Yeah.
Not once have I ever paid to go to a theater to watch something and almost fallen asleep 3 times.
I don't know how you didn't do that during Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter Ascending is so much
boring.
more boring than this.
It was more boring.
I was just like, oh God, just eat more popcorn until your stomach hurts. Because we paid $8 to see this stupid piece of shit.
If they had tried to make this 3 hours, I guarantee I would have walked out of there being pissed off as all fucking hell. But it's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's you're scratching your head so much enough, going, what are these guys doing?
Yeah.
That I was able to keep some sort of semblance, but I still say don't do it.
Yeah. And the thing that really got me is that, usually when you go to a movie, you look around, even if there's not a whole lot of people in the theater, and there weren't a lot of people in this movie with us.
There was maybe 8 other people in this film.
Yeah.
This thing is a
Right.
bomb.
But
Bomb.
the other patrons in the theater, although nobody left, like at Saving Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
people did feel free to get up and go to the bathroom,
Oh, yeah.
get more popcorn,
Yep. Nothing's going
get
on.
more soda, go out and buy candy. I mean, I just watched people just kind of filter in and out throughout this movie, and nobody seemed to give a shit that they were missing
people
it.
behind us seemed to not care about laughing at the parts that were quizzical.
They
laughed at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. One of the guys clapped, but there is a pace to this film that it has a beat that you can just know when to get up and take a piss, because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is the pace of this film. This is I can miss this boring shit. I can almost telepathically tell how long this boring section of this movie is. I got plenty of time to take a piss.
Yeah,
I
like
might,
you went
might
up-
smoke a cigarette outside.
Like, you got up and went and took a piss, and when you came back in, it was the exact same conversation happening. They were just spinning it at a different angle.
I even washed my hands.
But then they didn't say anything either. Like, the whole scene that was like 5 minutes that you were gone for was like, we're going to go get them. And you knew that they didn't even need it.
Yeah, I knew that action wasn't going to happen in the entire time because the pacing is just boringly predictable.
Yeah, you missed nothing.
Yep. All right, there you go. Come back for Point Break, 1991, starring Keanu Reeves' second appearance. This is going to be Gary Busey's first.
Really?
Yeah. It's Catherine Bigelow's second, though.
Yes, and maybe not her last.
Maybe not her last.
Patrick Swayze's first.
No,
no,
Roadhouse.
we did Roadhouse with him.
Roadhouse. That guy's an
And
old
it's not
pro.
his last either. There's
Yeah.
still Dawn out there still.
Black Rain.
Black Dog.
Black Dog, yeah. All right. Get to your snowboard chopper that may
There was
or may
actually a
not
lot of
save you.
choppers in this movie.
There was a lot of choppers. None of them exploded, though.
Monster Chopper!
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.